Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. Today's Thursday, September 29th. It is 6:19 right now. Market's going to open in about 11 minutes. So give me a few moments to finish setting up this room, and then we will be able to get started shortly. Just give me a few moments real quick. Looks good. Looks good. A couple more things here to update, and we should be good to go. Solid. All right. One last thing here, and I think we are good to go. Let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. All right, looks good. I'll give a few moments for people to make their way in. All right, as people join their way in, I'm going to go ahead and mark up the areas of K2SR over here. So give me one moment to finish drawing these zones. Shouldn't be too bad. It's good. It's good. All right, solid. With all those zones drawn up, looks like we got a pretty good spread of zones throughout the chart, which is a good thing because typically they're too close to each other. And when price breaks out of these zones, there's like no areas to take trades. So with these spread out right here, we have the sessions right down the middle, which is perfectly fine. And I'll have to check news as well. So let's see who's here so far. Morning, Marco. Morning, Peter. Morning, Kenny. Morning, everybody. Today is Thursday, September 29th. It is 6:22 right now. Market's going to open in about 8 minutes. So I'll give a few more minutes for people to make their way in. But as people join in, I'm going to go ahead and mark up news price as well. So I think we have another heavy news day today. Let me check real quick here. Thursday, September 29th. We had no pre-market news, but we do have Fed member Bullard speaking at 6:30, natural gas storage at 7:30, and Fed member Mester speaking at 10. So basically 6:30, 7:30. 6:30 is right here. What I'm going to do is I'll mark up 6:30 as news, but we're not necessarily going to put too much focus on that, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to mark up the news by that, but then I'm going to note that it's a Fed speech so that we can see how price reacts to it. But we're not necessarily going to be skipping trades around that area because it's not really a hard set in place news price point because there's nothing that's necessarily released. It's just the Fed starts speaking so we can see if the Fed's making price go up or if the Fed's making price go down. So, with that said, I will mark that up, but I'm not going to necessarily use that as a red flag. Because if we do that, we're going to have so many red flags because the Fed speaks like 3-4 times a day, and there's not going to be any areas to trade. So we'll mark it up, but we're not going to avoid trades around that area. Medusa news at 5:30. Let me check the calendar real quick. So there's nothing. Oh yeah, there's news here at 5:30. Actually, we had a final GDP, unemployment claims, and final GDP price index. So GDP was neutral. Surprisingly, unemployment claims were lower. I don't know what's the case there, but it looks like people actually went back to work during the fall or during the opening of the fall. So at 5:30, we'll put positive news right over. So it looks like there's a blank period here where US30 was just like, I mean, I don't know what happened. It was just, I guess they froze, the data froze or something. But let me check real quick. I'll just get the timestamp for this right here. So 5:30, go ahead and mark it up. Right here. All right, so the coordinates are there, and I'll mark it up over here as well. So news price was right in between sessions, which is perfectly fine. This is going to be 5:30 US news, positive. So the news came out right here at 5:30, and then it spiked down, looks like. Yeah, huge drop right there after the news came out at 5:30 right here. So price did move in the direction of news. We have news marked up right there in the middle. And I think that might be it. Zone's gone. All right, guys, it's 6:26 right now. Market's gonna open in about 4 minutes. So let me just scroll up real quick, see what we're missing. Morning out. Medusa, there was an issue with current data on currency.com around that time. Probably what? Yeah, it looks like it was a freeze for, I mean, some time here on currency.com between 4:52 and 5:59. It's like about an hour where it was frozen. Hey, sir. Morning, Jonathan. Morning, Maria. Morning, Fahad. Morning, everybody. So today is Thursday, September 29th, guys, 6:27 right now. Market's going to open in about 3 minutes. I'm going to go and update the zones over here. Let's take a look at the overall bias to see what direction we're going to be looking to be trading today. So let's take a look at that before market opens, and we'll look for possible entries here. So looking over here at retail sentiment is currently 65% long, indicating that 65 or 66% of retail traders are currently buying right now. We want to do the opposite and sell. Looking over here at the fundamentals, they're currently down 230 points. So with that said, we have a pretty decently strong bearish bias overall for the long term on US30. Looking at the short term over here, price is below the pivots, or it's this first candle right here just shot up right now. So a few minutes ago, price was bearish because price was below the pivots. Trend meter was red. Pivots were angling down, and the red pivot was over the green. However, now price is starting to swing a bit up. So with price swinging a bit up over here, this is making price either neutral or turning to bullish on the short term. So long term, we're looking for a bearish buy. Short term, it's a bit neutral right here. But if this comes back below, then it'll be perfectly fine for a sell because our long-term bias is for a sell today. So we'll see how that goes. Other than that, I don't think there's anything else here for us to look at. Looks like everything is pretty much red this morning. The Dow is down 228 points. S&P is down 36 points. NASDAQ's down 156 points. What might happen here is we might get a manipulated push to the upside on open for US30. And then from there, price may come right back down. So what I'm going to do here on the clean chart is I'm going to mark up the high lows to identify market structure so that you guys can see where price is actually going. If you guys look closely, price is really just ranging again. This has been like the case for like the past couple of months now, where like price will be moving directional, and then all of a sudden on open, price just starts to move sideways, which is basically what's happening here. Realistically, price is in a huge range. So from that news event this morning, price has been going sideways for a while now, but within this range, there is an even smaller range right here. Right. So we'll we'll see how this plays out. Other than that, I think that's about it for now. Be looking for sells today. So here we go. As we go back to the clean chart over here. And the Fed's supposed to start speaking right now. Market's gonna open shortly in about 1 second. There we go. Market is now open. Go mark up opening price right here. Mark that up right here as well. All right. So we'll see where this goes. The trend meter is, so this is New York open, and it's also the Fed speech this morning, or it's supposed to start speaking right now at 6:30. Here we go. As price comes back below. I think Maddie's going to start tracing the breakouts to see how they play out. I'll follow it. I'm not going to take the breakouts yet because, you know, obviously we've been looking at the markets and it's not really moving that smooth, like not as smooth as we'd like it to. Price is really going sideways right now. I'm going to go and mark up certain times over here, 6:30, just market open, so that you guys can see how price moves throughout the session. Here we go. As price kind of bounces around right here. If this closes as a strong green candle, this would technically be the breakout. If and when we do get the breakout, not one I'm necessarily looking to take, as I mentioned, but I will follow it. It's right at opening price. Maria's asking, good morning, is that price gap affect the SR zones? Not really, Maria, because it'll just refresh as price continues to move along. So there's still zones around here. It's not like it makes a big difference because price moved around this area right here. It'd have the same zones anyways. So it shouldn't affect it too much. And as price continues to move along, new zones will be created. Maybe on a higher time frame it'd be affected, but on the shorter time frame, new zones keep getting produced, you know, every couple of minutes or so. So shouldn't be a big deal with that there. Hey David, morning 5. All right, guys. So looking at this right here, this would technically be the breakout, looks like. I'm not taking the breakout, but I will follow it. So this is technically the breakout here if anyone's looking to take it. We have a strong red candle here, red momentum signal, trend meter is red, long-term bias is bearish, short-term bias is bearish as well. So we'll see if price continues to drop below here. If anything, I will probably go around and take speculative trades here. So I did take a partial move here, guys. I'm not going to count this as an actual entry. I made 2,000 off that right really quick. As price was dropping right here, I identify this area as liquidity because I did see this right here, and I took the sell. So I took a quick sell right there. I locked in about 2,000 right now. It's really quick. Yeah, Maddie said this one will probably hit. Caught it, LOL, last part. Yeah, I just caught a little push of it. I forgot to set a TP stop loss, so it just kept dropping and I closed out at 2,000. So I locked in about 2,000 profit right here across my accounts for the breakout. So the breakout has been like, it's been hit or miss. Lately it's been pushing like a lot, but it's I haven't like seen it to be as consistent as I want it to be yet. This trade's not going to count as an official trade, so don't worry, guys. I know some of you guys are going to get upset that you guys didn't catch it, but I did mention that, you know, I was going to follow it. It just looked like a really good trade because I saw it as it was coming down right here and it was hitting liquidity. So I was like, okay, price has to drop and hit the next level. So that's why I was only going to catch it for 100 pips. I ended up forgetting to set a TP, and it actually dropped like 200 pips right there. Nice. Pat trailed it, locked in 3,900. Jamie caught it. She got 704. Maddie caught it as well. Locked in some more profits. Yeah, not bad. Yeah, Maddie said I won't be comfortable with taking the breakout until it's tested for the next couple of weeks. Yeah, and I agree too, Maddie. That's why like it looked so good today. Yesterday and today looks pretty solid. It hit profit so fast that I was just like, okay, I'm going to try and take it, which is what we did here. And it played out perfect. So I got some slippage here as well. I'll post up my profits real quick for that. So this trade's not going to count, but I'm just going to post it up so you guys can have documentation as to like what trade I took, and like I should have just held it. I would have made 5,000 off that trade. Testing the waters for K2 breakout entry. Solid full TP or plus 500 pips. All right, so we'll keep testing it and see if it starts to move pretty solid again, because as the market starts to move smoother, these trades are going to be hitting again, right? The breakout's like one of our most favorite trades that we used to take for a while, and we'll follow it and see how it goes. Not necessarily going to take it every day, but if it looks really good, I'll take it. So here is my FTMOs. Because market's been pretty volatile in the morning. With the high volatility, it makes it easy for us to catch these moves here. So there's my FTMO. Here's my TFF. And here are my MFFs. MFF gave me less profit per usual. I still think they're screwing with it with the execution times, which is pretty annoying, but it is what it is. Which is weird, because if they're screwing with them execution times, I should have made more profit because they kept dropping further. But anyways, let me just post this up really quick. If you guys have any profits to post that, feel free. So all my MFFs are a little less. All right, so here's a profit for that trade that I locked in. So on my main account, I locked in 2,210. Second MFF, same thing, 2,210, no slippage there. My TFF, 2,100. And then all of my MFFs right here, 1,810, 1,810, and same thing on the third one, 1,810. So that's just a partial move. I was supposed to lock in 5,000 off that, but I realized that I didn't have a TP set, so I had to pull out manually, fortunately. I should have just moved my stop loss and profit, but it's all good. I didn't have a TP set, so I just pulled out manually, so there's no green strips there. Looks like a lot of you guys actually caught it, so nice work, guys, for whoever caught it. If you guys have profits, post that. Feel free to post them up. But we'll be sticking to the K2 SR rejections for now still. At least until we until we can confirm it. So Kenny over here as well, locked in a total profit of 444. Nice work, Kenny. So great work right there. Copy this over to my stuff as well. Some more profits over here from Dell. Dell locked in a total profit of 699. Great work, Dell. So he took a big move and then he took partials on its way down. Kenny again right here, 444. Jamie over here locked in a total profit of 2,632. Nice work, Jamie. Casey over here as well took the breakout, locked in a total profit of 4,570. And I think that's about it for right now. If you guys have more profits, post that, feel free. Deswell as well, locked in a total profit of 900 and 1,575. Nice work, Deswell. All right, solid, guys. So I think that's it for right now. If you guys have more profits, post up, feel free. Otherwise, we will look for a K2 SR rejection. So this is fine right here. We need a wick rejection off this structure and a moderate red candle. If we can get that, we can take this for a quick K2 SR rejection. So we don't have it yet, but price is continuing to drop lower. As price continues to drop lower, it's going to create new zones. As you guys can see, it's hitting all of liquidity here. So I drew this liquidity earlier. Price at liquidity right here on open. Drop below, hit this liquidity. Next level of target is going to be down here, this last level of liquidity to knock them all out. Hopefully this continues to drop lower. If this continues to drop lower, we can identify that price is actually moving directional for today, right? If price swings back up, it's not going to be moving directional. It's going to be moving ranging and sideways. But if price drops lower, retraces slightly and continues dropping, then we have a directional market, right? That's going to be what we're looking for. We want price to be directional in order for us to take these trades. So just a matter of time. And we will continue following this here. So we don't have any entries here yet, but hopefully in the next couple moments or so, we'll be able to get something. So here's Maddie's profits right here as well. Locked in a total profit of 1,410. Nice work, Maddie. Yeah, the slippage definitely worked in your favor today. So great work right there. This is what he sees for long term. He sees price coming back up, retesting the 5-minute supply, and then coming back down even further. So I could see that happening too, Maddie. Fits the criteria. Valentine over here as well, currently up 9,370 for the day. Nice work, Valentine. So if you guys are wondering, like, who trades London, Valentine's one of the guys here who trades London. He does pretty well. See a lot of his trades here pre-market or London session. For you guys who are looking to trade London, I don't trade London because I'm asleep during that time, but looks solid. See, Brian said he took it, and since the candle was so big, he took the retracement back up. Nice work, Brian. So hopefully locked in some profit off that too. Other than that, there's no zones down here. I'll look for some continuation entries. So yeah, the continuation right here that Maddie was looking at, full TP. I'll try to implement this stuff into our entries here. So basically, if you guys are familiar with Maddie's continuation entry, he's looking for a double body on top in the direction of momentum and trend. So if price is trending down, momentum's going down, he's looking for these double body rejections like right here, because this is a reversal pattern. So price is retracing up a little bit, then reverses back down into correction. Again, right there, those two continuation entries right there. So looks pretty solid. Casey said if this candle closes on the 10-minute below structure, you have a continuation right on the 10-minute. So let me go to the 10-minute real quick. So I don't see anything here on the 10-minute, Casey. Let me read your question again. If this candle closes on 10-minute below structure, you have continuation right. I don't see any continuation here on the 10-minute. I don't know if you're talking about the one. Sorry, Casey, I'm trying to figure out what you're referring to. Basically, the continuation that Maddie's looking for is he's just looking for. Oh, okay. Okay, so Patrick said 10-minute high-low continuation. Yeah, I don't really apply the high lows on the 10-minute because it's such a quick move. The 10-minute is just like a bigger candle. But yeah, you are correct. If you're applying the high-low continuation on the 10-minute, then yes, this would be a continuation, not one that I would necessarily apply. I mean, I'm looking back right here and it does look like it does work because it does hit like right here, but I've never actually tested it. So I can't confirm whether it's going to, continue further. But yeah, if this closes right here on the 10, then it would be considered a continuation of a high-low. Looking over here on the 5-minute, I'll clean this up right here. 3-minute, clean this up right here. I mean, price is just dumping right now. We already knew price was going to come down because before the session, I did mention that, we had a very strong bearish bias. And that's another reason why I was inclined to take the breakout earlier, because we analyzed the bias for today. It's still currently 65% long. So we're looking for sells here with regard to long-term retail sentiment. Looking over here at the fundamentals are down 447 points. Key map over here is pretty much all red, I'm assuming. Yeah, for the most part, it's pretty much all red. And everything's just pointing towards a sell. There's like no reason for us to take any buys here. I wouldn't chase the sell though, because it's due for retracement. It's been dropping for so long now. It's going to have to retrace at some point. It's still dropping right here. If you measure how far, let me just update the zone over here real quick. All right, if you were to measure how far this has been dropping for extremely long period. It's been dropping for about 3,000 pips. It's due for retracement at some point. So I wouldn't recommend chasing this, but this is a good sign, guys. If you guys can see price dropping like this, price is moving directional now. As long as it doesn't retrace all the way back up to opening price, then it's perfectly fine. If it stays below here, the key point right here that we're going to be looking for, let me just mark up opening price here as well. And it's really far from opening price. So here's the thing. If price retraces from down here, it could retrace all the way up to, close to opening price, just not past it. If it stays below here, so say price retraces all the way up here, right? And then it comes back down. This is a directional movement. So we have for the whole day, this is typically how the market regularly moves. It'll move one directional, price will come down, it'll retrace up, but it won't reach opening price. Right, that's if it reaches opening price, then it's just in a range. But if it goes up halfway and comes back down, then that's going to be a directional move for basically the entire day. The Fed is speaking right now, so this might be a catalyst why it's causing price to drop like that. That's another reason why I was inclined to take the breakout earlier today. There's just a lot of reasons, right? The Fed was speaking, so they're going to be talking about inflation, recession, regulation coming up, with the next year or so, or the next couple months up until the next year. So none of that stuff's going to be good. Another thing was long-term bias was bearish. We had retail sentiment indicating it was 65% long. Fundamentals were down like 200 to 300 points. So with all those things aligned, it was a no-brainer for me to take a sell for the breakout. However, unfortunately, I forgot to set a TP, so I had to pull out early. I don't want to risk it with price, whipsawing all over the place. So that's why I only pulled out for 2,000 profit. Obviously, I could have held on for the full TP, but it's all good. It works for now. Let's see. Desmond said the 3-minute daily hit. Yeah, it did. So 3-minute daily right here also hit for whoever was looking to take that. It went in line with the breakout, so no surprise there. Here we are as price continues to well, now it's starting to retrace. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to clean this up because everything here has been wiped out. So let's see where price goes from here. We just got to give it some time for this to create new zones. There's a continuation right here, but it's way overextended, so I'm not looking to take it. Are you looking to take it, Maddie? I'll follow it, but I'm not going to take it. It looks like it would have hit too. A nice continuation for us to take right there. So again, right here, double body up top, but it's super overextended, guys. So you guys could have taken this continuation entry here. It would have went straight to TP, but as I mentioned, price is way overextended. It's just too far down. 3,300 pips with no retracement. It's due to retrace at some point. So with price being this low, retracement might be about 1,000 pips or so. So we'll see where this ends up going. But it's fine. We need it to retrace so that we can get zones around this area anyways. So as price continues to move along, new zones are going to be produced, throughout the area. And when new zones are produced, then we can start looking for some more K2SR rejections. However, if the price continues to move like this is what we were waiting for. We're waiting for the falls to start so that we can have these directional movements. Once we continue to have more directional movements like this, then we can start looking for variations. We can start looking for breakouts, daily entries, etc. But this is a good sign. I like seeing this here. What I'm looking for here in order to confirm that price is moving directional is a slight retracement. I mean, it can be a big retracement too. It can be anywhere around here. It can be this small, it can be this big, it can be even bigger. It just can't be past this area over here, right? You don't want it to be above opening price, because as long as price stays below here, the fundamentals are going to stay red the entire day. That's what we're looking for, because that's how you get a directional movement, right? If this stays red for the entire 6:30 to 8, then it's been bearish all day. It's not like going between bearish to bullish and then back to bearish. It's just staying bearish all day. So this gives you the opportunity to just look for sells because you already identified the direction pre-market. Brian's starting to think that previous open prices make price act similar to sessions. Yeah, exactly, Brian. No, and it does. He said literally magnetized to Asia Open. Yeah. So that's something that I used to draw before, Brian. I used to draw opening price before I came up with the sessions. So those are 3 different price points that you can actually keep in mind. What I might do is that's my brother here. I might ask my brother to update the indicator to include that. Because that's actually a good thing to keep in mind. Like opening price from different sessions is also a good thing. The only problem is we don't want to have too many red flags, right? Because we were like, for the past couple of days, we had red flags everywhere. Like we had news price everywhere, we had sessions everywhere, and we couldn't take any trades. So that's why I don't want to make it too complicated where I have too many lines on the chart. Like, I think the sessions are fine, but you're right, Brian. I do agree with you that the price will basically weigh towards opening price and sessions. And you guys can see here as well, you know, this was the Asia low or Asia low from yesterday. Price broke below. So this was London session. Asia low was established somewhere over here. And then price came right back down to it. Same with the London low, London high, etc. All right, so here we go. As price retraces up. This is fine. And you know, I just noticed I'm on the wrong broker. It's okay. This is just a clean chart, so this doesn't matter too much. This is on Black Bull, but we're not taking trades off this broker, so we're just going to be drawing our markups. So it's fine. It moves about the same. It's just the indicators are going to be in different places with regard to momentum. All right, here we go at the retrace. Still retracing up. I can go ahead and clean this up now, actually. Let's go back to currency.com. I mean, it's pretty much the same thing. It's just I'm used to using this data. All right, so I wouldn't mind if it creates a range around this area because it's still below opening price. I'm going to mark up opening price right here, 6:30, up until 8 o'clock to identify direction. Actual opening price is right there. All right, so as long as price stays below opening price, then we're cool. We can pretty much follow through and identify this as a directional bearish move for the session. So price is now ranging right here. Price is now in a range. We'll see where this goes from this point. This would technically be a V3, not one that I'm looking to take yet, because I'm still not convinced that price is confirmed its directional movement. This would technically be a V3, it looks like. I'll mark it up, but I'm not going to take it. It's still risky because price is still retracing at this time. So it's not necessarily a, you know, a solid movement or continuation here. Looks like it's still bouncing around for the most part. I'd be more inclined to look for a V1. Let's see, Deswell said he's made 3.5% today, so he's done. Definitely Deswell. Nice work. Yeah, Maddie said I don't like this V3 market up as well. Yeah, same here, Maddie. It still looks like prices were tracing up, or I mean, realistically, it's gone into a range. So you don't want to take these trades while price is ranging, right? It's one of the red flags. So if you look at the red flags here, the only time you can take a trade like that during a ranging market is when you're taking the SR rejection. So red flags when to avoid trades when price is ranging. Price is obviously ranging right here. So this isn't good for any variations or any directional strategies. So good thing we didn't take that there. I'm gonna delete that just so that you guys don't think we're in that trade. But yeah, basically, whenever you're taking any trades, you don't want to be trading when it's ranging unless you're applying the K2 SR rejection, because that strategy is meant for ranging markets. Because if price does range back and forth, you can still catch, 100 pips here and there for a K2 SR rejection, not necessarily for the variations, because it'll probably hit your stop loss before it continues. So price can probably come down, but it's not one that I'd recommend taking. So back on the 5-minute over here, nothing here, nothing here on the 3-minute already hit full TP. So there's nothing for us to look here, even if we wanted to. So that one's already done. 5-minute as well, full TP off that one too. One thing that we can look for here that me and Maddie were kind of looking at lately was the SR, not the SR, the snipe entries. So I'll look at the snipe entries here. Not necessarily looking to take them because we don't have a confirmation of direction yet, but snipe entries are pretty solid. I was looking back and they've been hitting pretty often. So there's no snipe entries here on the 10. Just want to mark it up to see. The daily still hasn't come up yet. Nothing right here. Price is pretty much just ranging between that area now. Same range that I drew a little while ago. Maddie said continuation right now, bounced off the pivots. Nice. Yeah, so Maddie was talking about this right here. There's a continuation entry right here. It's a really small candle, so it might have been hard to see if you guys were not following it properly, but yeah, went straight to TP right there. Or actually, yeah, there's no signal, Maddie. No sell signal, but it did bounce off the K2 pivot in our level 2. For these pivots here, guys, if you guys are using all the colors, I'm probably going to change one of the colors to like, I don't know if it looks better with orange or with blue. I don't know. I'm probably going to change it because I don't want people to get mixed up, because we changed one of the colors. I think pivot 1 used to be green, but I changed it to orange or blue. I mean, you guys can change it to whatever colors you guys want, but I might change it up so that you guys don't get mixed up with the colors, since they're a little different from mine and yours. All right, so price is literally just ranging around this area right now. We do have news at 7:30. Let me check the other calendar to see if there's anything here on my FX book. No, I think that's about it. So Fed Bullard was speaking at 6:30. Big drop from open. We have natural gas storage at 7:30. Then we have Fed Lane and Fed Messer speaking in about 3 hours. But it looks like volatility just died down completely. Price went from moving. That's crazy. Price was moving about like 600 to 1,000 pips. Now it's moving like 100 to 200 pips. So you might say price is in 1,000 pip range right now. Yeah, this range is actually pretty big. It's 1,000 pips. So yeah, Maddie said need to squeeze and break. Exactly. Yep, I agree. In order for you to take these variations, you'll need or not just variations, but in order for you to take the continuations, you need that sell signal, which we just got right there. All right, so we'll see where this goes. All right, so price is starting to move back down, which is a good thing. You guys can see here that the continuation is continuing. So the direction is still moving down. We have price come down right here, retracement, and continuation back lower. Nice, Maddie took a sell right there, bounced off the pivot. This looks like it was a high-low scalp entry. Yeah, it was. So now that price is kind of moving directional, you guys can see this is what we were waiting for the market to produce, right? Now that we have a directional movement, a lot of these directional strategies, pretty much all the K2 strategies are starting to hit. So we had a continuation entry there. We had a high-low scalp right here. We had a pivot scalp right here. We had an intraday scalp right there. So we got a lot of entries here that just hit. We had one here, high-low scalp, one pivot scalp right here, one intraday scalp right here, and then further movement. So if this continues to move like this for the rest of the year, which is typically how it's supposed to move in the fall, you guys can see that we can start applying the variations again. I'm not going to jump ship just yet. I need to make sure that it's actually going to continue moving this direction. So until we have a continuation or confirmation that it's continuing, then we're still going to take it a bit easy. But no, this is good. I'm glad to see that the market is now moving directional again. This is how the fall market is supposed to be moving. To get about enough time. Fall started about like a week ago, or actually started this week, I think. So this is basically the first week of fall, and it's starting to look good. So we'll continue following this as price continues to drop lower. Again, I would be careful if you guys are looking to take any sells here. Only take sells if you guys find an actual entry, right? Don't just hop into trades for whatever reason. Like if you saw the high-low scalp here and you took it, then great, hit your full TP. But don't just chase the sell here because you think price is going to drop for whatever reason. So a couple of things that you might want to look out for are variations and possibly Maddie's continuation moves here as well. We have one that's possibly pending right here. If this closes as a double body, got about 30 seconds left on it, so we got quite some time. Doesn't look like it's going to close though. Price is already down below. See if there's anything here that needs to update. Yeah, looks good. All right, so market kind of just moved a little bit, broke out of the range. So the range was right here. Broke out of it. Now volatility kind of died down a bit again. So price broke below, retested, and continued down lower. All right, so let's see if we have a possible continuation here. No. So I don't like how the candles are now moving. If you guys can see here, the candles are kind of moving a bit blocky. So Maddie, for your continuation, do you look for the high lows or you're just looking for a double body? So does it have to be on a high, or can it just be like something like, okay, just double body? Okay, just wanted to confirm. Wasn't sure because this here looked like it could have closed if it closed a little lower, but it's all good. So we might get, I mean, there's a way to anticipate these double bodies. So like whenever you guys are looking for a continuation back down, if you see a green candle, it can typically be followed by a red candle, double body. So if this here closes as a green candle, the next candle could actually be a double body if it comes down. And you don't get a block, like a blocky move after it. So like, for example, right here, if this candle here comes down lower, this could be a double body right here. Yeah, exactly. Matt even confirmed it too. I don't like it when it has a pending buy signal on it because typically when it has that, it's usually an iffy candle. Because what could happen here is price will typically close red, and then the next signal, it continues it back up, right, Maddie? And I'm sure you've seen that before. When you see a pending signal like that, the next signal, like if this one fails to push up, the next one will continue pushing up. So I usually don't like taking trades like that have a pending signal. That's like one of the red flags. Yeah, exactly. Maddie said straight to stop loss. Exactly. So not looking to take this here. I'll follow it. I'm not looking to take it. So yeah, this one right here. And it went straight to TP. So it's all good. I mean, as I mentioned, you know, it's a risky move there, but and you can see like when it first opened, it tried to push up, but then it didn't. It came down further. But yeah, this would have been a good continuation, Maddie. Double body right there, direction of momentum, direction of trend. And it kept pushing lower. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to leave up the range that we had up to see if price pulls back into the range. It's good to just keep an eye out for it. There goes, price cuts back into it. It's pulling right back into the range right there. Or it might be a retest. So possible retest right there. This would actually be a V1. Might be too big of a candle though. This is as low as it can go. Yeah, so this is a V1 double body and double wick. Kind of tempted to take it, but I feel like the candle might close too low. Yeah, it's too low. This is as low as I can get for entry. Because if it goes any lower, this candle is going to be bigger than the stop loss. So it's too big of a candle. I can't take this trade here. We'll follow. We'll see if it hits. But I'm not taking it. It's too big of a candle. It might retrace up a little too high. Yeah, you guys see how it's too low. Looks like it's going to hit though. Yep, and it hit. So this is just us building confidence for the next couple of days, right? Or the next couple of weeks, or next couple of months. We're still not sure if price is going to continue moving in this direction, but we're just following these variations, following basically variations, continuations, breakouts, high-low scalps, intraday pivot scalps, basically any of these directional strategies. And if they continue to hit, then odds are price is moving directional again. And there you go, full CP off that one too. And you can see how these trades come in bunches. If this candle here closes as with a sell signal, this will technically be another pivot scalp entry for another full TP right there. So if this ends up pushing down lower, it's just a continuation of the move. So this was a perfect pattern right here. As you guys can see, price broke below. Price broke below. Retest of the structure and continuation down below. But you guys can see the difference from price today as yesterday, right? It's like night and day right here. Price is literally going directional for the entire day. This is how market's supposed to move. If you look at the market from yesterday, let me just show you real quick. So this was the market yesterday. There's no direction here at all. There's direction at the end, but most of the time it was just ranging. So this is yesterday, 6:30 to 8. Sideways movement for the entire pretty much session. Pushed up a little bit. Continued sideways movement. No direction there. Compared to today, we have price coming down, retracement, consolidation, drop down further, retracement, consolidation, and continuation down lower even further. So let's see. Oh yeah, there's a continuation right here. Did you get that, Maddie? I missed it. Oh, there's another one right here, a second continuation. So there was one right here. This one hit full TP. There's another one that's pending right here, but it doesn't look like it's going to close. I don't like the second one, but this one over here was good. Yeah, Dejan said, I feel like MFF on computer enters you way later than it would on the mobile MT5. Yeah, and I agree too, Maddie. Same. Sisu caught both. Oh, this one here closed too. Unfortunately, I missed it, but I didn't feel that. I didn't like how this one was looking. So both of them hit. If you guys saw here, there were there's a V1 right here. This hit full TP. Continuation right here hit full TP. Second continuation right here hit full TP. So basically all of the directional entries for today all hit full TP. We had high-low scalps, pivot scalp, intraday scalp, another continuation scalp, a V1, another continuation scalp, and one more continuation scalp right here. So about like, how many trades were there? So there was like one right here. Where's the other one? Yeah, there was one right there. There was about like three right here because there's three different strategies that aligned. This one right here too. That's about like 4 entries, 5 entries, 6 entries, about 9 entries within the last 20 minutes. All full TP. So it's looking good. We just got to keep watching it to see if this continues. Hopefully this continues to go on for the rest of the week. As I mentioned, I was anticipating this to happen today because pre-NFP, if the market sucks like in the middle of the week, it's usually going to pick up Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, which is exactly what's happening here. This is exactly what happened last week. Last week we had no trades, or we had bad trades from like Monday to Wednesday, and then Friday we had 3 back-to-back wins. So this is solid. It's just, yeah, Maddie said I knew Thursday was going to move smoothly. Yeah, no, same here. I was hoping for today or tomorrow. I'm hoping it keeps going tomorrow, but this is perfect right here. Price is moving exactly how it's supposed to. So it looks like the fall season is officially begun. I think this is the first day we had a smooth move since summer. So drop right here, retracement, drop further. And you guys can see how it's been bearish all throughout the session, right? I marked up 6:30 over here, market open up until 8. So this is exactly how it's supposed to be moving. There's another high-low scalp, or there was one, it looks like. There was a high-low, there's actually a triple confluence right here. I don't know if anyone caught that, but there was a triple confluence right there off this one. I didn't even notice that until now. Yeah, literally went straight to TP and then it shot up and hit and went straight up. The spread right now is 190, so it's not horrible, but it's still kind of wide. Yeah, the candle here was a little too big for a triple confluence. I mean, it depends on if you, yeah, it was like 400 pips. It's definitely too big for me. Yeah, exactly. Maddie said candle was too big, so you could have waited for the retracement and caught the double body for the whole move. Yeah, no, definitely. I agree, Maddie. And I'm glad the market's starting to move like this because I was getting bored for the past couple of days. Like I was getting impatient from like Monday until Wednesday and I couldn't catch anything. But now that price is moving directional, looks like we can start looking for these other our older strategies, not necessarily older, but I'll say, okay, so target price point is going to be down here. The sessions, you guys want to be careful around this area because this is where price likely gets manipulated. Let's see where it's at. Let's see if there's anything else over here for me to look at. Peter said Fed Mester says rates need to keep rising to reduce inflation. For this whole time, I thought Mester was a guy. I guess Mester's a girl, Loretta Mester. Yeah, so this is literally the catalyst that caused price to continue dropping. Basically, the Fed said that the rates need to keep rising. So if interest rates keep going up, it's not good for the market. It's not good for the economy, and it's going to keep dropping even further. So that was a good catalyst to follow. Looks like we might get a continuation right here. Are you looking to take this, Maddie? The candle might be too big again. Yeah, it depends on how it closes. It's so this is as far as it can go. If it goes anything lower than that, it's just too it's too far below. About 10 seconds left on it. Let's see. I'll take it with you. See if I can take it. And the volatility is super low right now, though. You taking it, Maddie? I'm still thinking about it right now. It's kind of moving a little slow. Yeah, the volatility just died down right now, all of a sudden. I gotta watch because the spread's at 190. So I don't want to get caught in it. I was waiting for it to come back down. So let's see. Got my finger on the sell button right here. It's waiting for it to come down. So this isn't an official trade, guys, just FYI. I was just talking to Maddie about this as the continuation. Damn, looks like you hit your stop loss. Maddie did hit it, or are you still in it? Yeah, hit your stop loss. So guys, these trades here, we're still not, these aren't official trades, right? So for today, we haven't taken any official trades. These are still speculation because I mentioned we're still trying to follow to see if these trades here are hitting. Luckily, I didn't take it. I was tempted to take it here. I was waiting for it to come back down and I had my finger on the sell button, but I didn't hit it. So we were over here looking for this to continue moving down. And you can see right here, it is moving back down. It was just this little spike up right there. Now it's coming back below. So none of these trades here are official trades, guys. We're looking for these continuation moves, basically continuations, variations, etc. But they're not official trades. The only trades that we're looking for here are the K2SR rejections. The only problem is that there's no zones down here, so we're not looking for anything here. or we can't take anything because there's nothing that's come up. But I'm just looking at these other strategies, the variations, the continuations, the high-low scalps, the triple confluences, those types of trades, so that we can confirm and build our confidence with the directional moves here. But I'm still not looking to take those as, actual trades just yet. So today's still no trades for us to take, or there's no trades that have been documented. I did make profit off the breakout here, but this is not going to count as an official trade. So this isn't going to count towards the results or anything like that. This was just speculation. And I only took it for a partial move anyways. So we'll just keep looking for, I'm waiting for zones to come down here. Until zones pop up around this area, then there's nothing for us to take. But we are waiting for the zones to produce, because price is pushed. Let's see how far. It's been about 5 hours since this zone over here has been produced. So this zone right here is going to delete at some point. Once this deletes, more zones down here are going to come up. What I can do here is I can look on the higher time frames like the 5, 10, to see where these other zones are sitting. There's one right here. It's actually inside a zone right now. I'm not going to take any trades off this, but I wanted to mark it up to identify. So I'll just color these blue because they're on different time frames. And then I will go back to the 10-minute here, or the 1 minute actually. So this is the 10-minute zone that price is currently in. I don't really use these for my entry points, but there was one right here. It looks like this would have been a full TP. That one down there. Yeah, I know, Maddie. It's unfortunate, right? All your continuations were hitting the whole time, and then this last one over here was too low. So since there's no zones right here, guys, I can probably use this 10-minute zone for just, to follow it. I haven't really tried. I've seen other people use it where they go on the higher time frames to identify zones that are not around the area yet, and then they take SR ejections off those points. So I'll see if price does come below here. And then if it gives us a sell signal and a wick rejection, this could be a possible entry for a SR rejection off the 10-minute zone. Because I think it works fine. Let me go on the 10-minute real quick. I'm just going to look at these higher zones over here to see if they were like hitting or anything like that. So I'm just going to draw this right here and just identify. Because if they do work fine on the higher time frames, then we can just use these for meanwhile. So it looks like there was one entry right here, this red candle. And it hits full TP. This one right here, I think the wick on the bottom is too big, so I don't know if I would have taken that one. See how big the wick is. Wick was like 12 points. Body was 19. A little iffy. This one right here was more of a clear one. This one obviously hit full TP. And this one right here too hit full TP off that as well. This one too. So like 3 back-to-back full TPs right here off the 10-minute zone. So I guess we can leave these up for now. If I see something here, because I don't see any other zones here, and if it doesn't come up anytime soon, we need to have some type of zone around this area for us to follow through with. All right. So just a reminder, guys, I don't want you guys to get confused with like the other strategies that we've been applying in the past. We still haven't confirm that market is moving directional yet. Today's like the very first day that it's moved directional in a long time. So we're not necessarily looking to jump into these directional trades just yet. We're still looking for K2SR rejection entries. So that's the only strategy I'm looking to apply right now. I'll keep testing out the breakout and stuff like that as price continues to move directional. But until we confirm that the market is actually not ranging anymore, then we will continue on with the K2SR rejection as the only strategy that we're applying for our official entries. So let's see where this goes here. All right, so we got the wick rejection right here. If this closes with a sell signal, it's a moderate red candle, this can possibly be an entry for an SR rejection. But we need that sell signal. So we need the sell signal, and we also need the wick rejection off the structure. And we got news in 4 minutes. Thanks, Fahad. So this might be the yeah, we can't take any trades from now until 5 minutes after 7:35. So I'm fine if it continues to range around here. We can't take any trades around this point anyways. See the sentiment real quick. Sentiment is still, or it's actually a lot higher now. It's 69% long. So there's 69% of retail traders who are currently buying right now. So we want to do the opposite and sell. It's been like that all morning. Looking over here at the fundamentals, fundamentals are currently down 576 points. CNBC just reported Dow tumbles more than 500 points. NASDAQ sheds 3% as Apple slides. Mortgage ETF dips to fresh low, going back to May 2020. Stock futures extend losses after job loss claims report. Yeah, so a lot of just more bad news, basically. Just further bad news. Everything's down pretty heavy though. The Dow is currently down 537 points. S&P is down 86 points. NASDAQ's down 338 points. Russell 2K is down 54 points. This is pretty low for Russell 2K. I usually don't see it this low, but it's down pretty heavy. So we'll see where this goes. We got news coming up right here at 7:30, so it wouldn't matter. There's no entries we can take to begin with. We just got to wait for this news to pass. Hopefully by the time price gets around that area, we'll have new zones down below here. But yeah, I mean, for the week, we still don't have any official trades. We have a couple of speculative moves, or just one actually, just today's breakout that I took. But we'll see. We got news coming up shortly. This thing's got me yawning again. All right, so let's see. Just gotta wait for something here to come up. Let's check my FX book. I think it's light impact news coming up at 7:30 anyways. It's like natural gas stocks change. About 50 seconds. Yeah, it's low impact, but we'll see how this, pushes price and whatnot. But it looks like the volatility pretty much died down. A lot of people are already out of the market after the big drop today. I'm just glad we could take advantage of that drop earlier, or most of us for the most part. So if this continues on tomorrow, it should be a pretty good day tomorrow, or pretty good way for us to close out our week. If it ends up like last week, we had like 3 back-to-back wins for these SR rejections, then I think that'd be a solid way to close out the week. Jean said, damn, wait, I'm invested in natural gas and energy. Um, the thing with natural gas and energy, it's typically like, check on news real quick. This is just natural gas storage. If it's so, here's the thing: if the number is higher, then that means you're not selling gas. If it's lower, that means that they are selling gas. They're forecasting it to be lower, so they're forecasting it to be positive. Which it was actually negative. They actually haven't sold any natural gas storage. It was at 1.3 billion or 103 billion last month. It's still at 103 billion. They're forecasting to sell, but it's at the same exact number as last month. So negative news there. All right, so this is 7:30. US news, negative. All right. So we're not supposed to take any trades from now until 7:35. This here looks like if it closes as a moderate red candle, this could be a possible SR rejection, but unfortunately, it's within the news time, so we can't trade until 7:35. Let me check the clean chart. So looking over here at the clean chart, price is just been in this range for a while now. This is probably something that you could have like would have prevented you from entering that trade too, Maddie. The range. I mean, price been ranging for a while now. Yeah, it was overextended too. It was overextended and it did pull back into the range right here. So it's all good. But the best part about today is that it's directional, right? So this is fine. Directional push, consolidation, breakout, consolidation. This is still fine. As long as price doesn't swing all the way back up to opening price right now, which I don't see happening in the next 25 minutes or so, then we have a directional move for today because price literally moved directional for today. This is typically how we want the market to move when applying the other K2 strategies. It's just typically how the market should be moving. So like, for example, here, you can see how price is dropping right here, or it's been dropping. If we get a buy signal here on the 10, that's going to indicate the mid-market reversal. So it's fine for price to reverse like after we're off the live. So if price does reverse after 8 o'clock, then that's perfectly fine because that's going to be considered the mid-market reversal. This is the market direction, and then price may consolidate for a bit. And then after we have the mid-market reversal, which will correct back to opening price. That's normal market movement. Yeah, exactly, Maddie. Yeah, Maddie said today showed him that market may be moving smoother. Yeah, and I think the Fed is speaking tomorrow too. So tomorrow we have news. We have core PCE price index, personal income, personal spending, Fed member Brainerd speaking, Chicago PMI, revised UOM consumer sentiment, revised UOM inflation expectations, and Fed member Bowman speaking in Williams. So we got a lot of Feds talking tomorrow too. And you have some inflation news. So might come in handy. All right, price is still ranging right here. If price closes below this area, and then we get a wick rejection on the next candle, then we can possibly look for an SR rejection. We don't have anything right here right now. There's still no zones around this area. These zones are from the 10-minute. Yeah, these are the 10-minute zones right here, it looks like. This is from yesterday, or actually 2 days ago. Let's go back on the one. There's still no new zones around this area, so we're just gonna have to use the higher time frame zones for now. Hey, Brock. Yeah, Brock said, glad to be here. See, you made some today. Have for y'all. Yeah, no, definitely, Brock. Glad to see you back here too. I know you've been busy with work. Good to see you back here in the room. So if this closes as a moderate red candle, this can be a possible entry for SR rejection. It would need to close like down here though, which it might. Actually, this candle here is too big, I think. Yeah, the candle here might be a little too big. It's too big of a candle, guys, unfortunately. So we can't take this trade here. This next one might be okay though. This candle is just way too big. You can see how the stop loss, if it does retrace up to the candle, it can hit stop loss before it comes down further. So no entry off that one right there. Candle is just way too big. See this next one. I actually want this to close a little higher so that it can provide some opportunity for us to trade within the zone here. Hey, Jesus. Yeah, definitely. We'll see you tomorrow, Jesus. So Jesus is off for the day. Let's see. Price is pushing up right here. We got about 15 seconds for this candle here to close. Once it closes, if this next one closes as a moderate red candle, we can take it for a sell. All right, so I'm following this candle right here. If this closes as a moderate red candle, we have a wick rejection, momentum right there. We have an actual zone right here. So if this closes as a moderate red candle, guys, it'll be an entry for K2SR rejection. Price is moving a bit blocky right now, though, so it's not really moving too smooth. You got to actually wait for this candle here to close in order for you to really take this for an entry. So make sure that you're actually waiting for it to close. Don't take it early. Don't take it late. Or actually taking it late is fine as long as you can confirm it. But it doesn't look like it's going to close as a moderate red candle. Got about 5 seconds left on it. Actually, it might. So yeah, it did. And let's see what I'm gonna trade that. Actually, let me measure it. It's too iffy of a candle, so I don't know if I want to enter it. Let me see. No, it was too late of an entry. So if you guys want to take it, I mean, you guys are take it at your own risk. But I do think it's a bit risky because this here closed like at the last second. It just doesn't look like a good moderate candle, right? So I'm glad we skipped. Well, I'm glad I didn't hop into that one because I don't know. This market right now is just, it kind of died down a bit. It was moving a lot quicker earlier this morning, but I was really tempted to take this one right here. And I'm glad that I kind of waited because I waited for it to close and it just closed at the last second. It was like right here and it didn't end up, you know, it closed like at the end. If I entered late, then yeah, I could have entered late, but no, it's not. Those last second entries are not worth it. Like what Sisu just mentioned here. He said that entry was a setup for a fake out to last second. LOL. Yeah. So I'm getting some FOMO here, as you guys can see, because I really want to take at least one trade here, like an official trade, but it's got to be actual solid entry. Like you can't close at the last second. It has to actually be pretty solid prior. And then once it closes, we can hop right in. Man, this week kind of today was good, but the rest of the week is just like been frustrating. This is understandable at the end of the session because now it's starting to move sideways. So here's a range here on the queen chart. It's been ranging for a while now. $40 now. So it's been going sideways for the past 40 minutes within this range. Still looking for this solid entry here. But we got to wait for this to provide like something where it's not an iffy entry. This is also in the 10-minute zone too. So let's see where it's at. Let's see. So I'm going to take off these zones here because these zones are not part of the 1 minute. But even if we get a rejection off these points, the news price is right here. So we can't even take any entries now. Maybe I should leave 10 minutes on just for a little bit. Trying to see if there's any other entries here that could have been taken. Yeah, this would have been another continuation here that you would have looked for, Maddie, but it wouldn't have played out right. If it fell in line with the SR scalp that we were looking for earlier too. No variations here. I'm just trying to see like any of the most recent entries and see if there's anything here that would have played out, but realistically price is going sideways. So the only strategy that we can apply here that would work decently would be the K2SR rejection, but it would have to be off the 1 minute zones. Like this one over here would have been a good one. However, it's right at news price. So wick rejection, moderate red candle, no question about it. And it just came down perfectly fine if this was to be one of the entries to be taken. This one down here is just too iffy. Let me see if there's anything else here. Yeah, there's no zones here, and it's getting close to 8 o'clock. And we're still ranging within this area. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. Just a reminder, we're still applying the K2SR rejection entries, guys. We're not looking for any, well, I mean, we are looking for other entries, but we're not taking them. I will mark them up if you guys do decide to take them, but they're, we can't really confirm it until the market continues to move like this. So if the market moves like this tomorrow, then great. If it moves like this next week, then even better. If it starts to continue to move like this every day where we have a direction set, then we can go back to the variations, breakouts, daily entries, etc. But this is just 1 day. It's been 1 day out of this entire week that market's been moving directional like this. And it's fine if price does retrace. I think this is a decent setup. Like we had price come down a little bit, consolidated, came back lower, consolidated, as long as price didn't go back up to opening price right here. Because this indicates that price has been bearish all morning, right? So if you look over here at the sentiment, you can see a lot of people here trying to buy the dip. It's now at 70% long. So this right here indicates that market is currently 70% long, showing that 70% of retail traders are currently buying. So a lot of people are looking to buy the dip. I think price will continue to dip lower since people are bandwagoning onto these buys here. Fundamentals are still down 523 points. Key map is all red. And there's nothing really indicating for people to buy aside from other people looking to, ride this wave back to the upside. Let me see what you sent, Kenny. All right, so it looks like the House Democrats are hosting a House Democrats caucus leaders holding a press conference. So I'm not sure what they're discussing. but there is something going on right now. News and whatnot. Let's see what I'm missing here. New initial plugs. All right. So back to the charts over here, there's not much for us to take. There's another possible entry here, or actually there's no more because the trend meter is now blue. Price is above it. If price swings above it, that's perfectly fine. If this turns green, we can start looking for buys. So it's fine if price starts to swing to the upside. I could expect some sort of recovery from here, not necessarily a swing all the way up, but a further retracement to the upside. So if this turns green right here, we get a bottom wick rejection off the structure and a moderate green candle, then we can possibly take this for a buy if that becomes the case. But I'm still being a bit, cautious here. So the trend meter is still not green, so we can't take a buy here yet. We need a trend meter here to turn green in order for us to take trades in that direction. So if there are any other questions here, guys, feel free to put your questions in the chat. Otherwise, we'll keep looking for any possible entries here. Market's kind of dead now at this moment. If you guys got into the room late, you missed out on this big drop earlier today. And it's fine because if this continues to move like this for the rest of the year, we are in fall now, I guess officially in fall. Market should start to move directional. So we're expecting to see more of these moves every day from now until Thanksgiving, basically. If you guys know how the market moves, it moves in season. Summer's a slow season, picks up during the fall, stops, it slows down again during Thanksgiving, around the holiday season. Thanksgiving to Christmas, it's moving, it'll move, but it's going to be a little slower because people are on vacation again, and then it'll pick back up in the spring. So I'm hoping to lock in as much profit as I possibly can from now up until Thanksgiving. And then from there, we're going to probably take it easy again like we are doing this summer, and then pick back up on the new year. So, and that's crazy. It's going to be 2023 already. I feel like it's barely been 2022. All right, so possibly, well, I mean, there's no trend meter here that's green yet. All right. I'm going to keep an eye out for it. So we got some more zones down here. Let's see if there's anything here. Trend meter still blue. Nice. Brock recovered his loss from earlier. So nice work right there, Brock. All right, so we have the wick rejection off this candle right here. Trend meter is still blue. It's not green yet. So if you guys are looking for a buy here, it's not yet the time to take it. And the reason why we're looking for a buy here, even though the overall bias is still a sell, is because for these SL rejection entries, these trades can go both ways. This is a ranging strategy. So price ranges back and forth. We can take it for a buy, we can take it for a sell. Just depends on what the requirements criteria meet at that time. So price comes back down, it's perfectly fine. The only problem with that is that we can't take any entries because price is right at the news price right here. Nice. Yeah, Kevin right here, he just said earlier, he said he took it for a buy. He's taking speculative trades based off price action as it moves around. Yeah, no, definitely. And I agree with you too, Kevin. That's why I was looking for a buy here as well. If price swings up on the short term, it's perfectly fine because it's going to retrace up and then possibly continue pushing up higher. But I'm just waiting for it to confirm. There hasn't been any actual entries here for us to follow just yet. And I'm pretty content with my profit for the day. Like I made decent profits, so I'm not looking to blow it, because if I take a loss here, then I'm going to be, I'm going to be in the negative at that point. Right here, Jonathan said, took that risk continuation at 718. Luckily, I was able to close out in profit. So he took a trade here, locked in his whole profit of 400 for the day. Nice work, Jonathan. Yeah, I know, solid start right there. Let's see. Oh, nice work. So Barack over here as well, he took the sell earlier, so he took a loss off that. He took another trade here and made it right back. So nice work recovering that loss, Barack. Market volatility. Exactly. So yeah, Brock, you came on a bit late where the volatility started dying down, but it's picking back up again right here. So we have another zone right here. If the trend meter turns green, then we can possibly look for buys here. We just need that confirmation above a little higher. Still don't have it yet. All right, here we go. Price pushes up higher. Some more profits right here from Valentine. Nice for Valentine. So Valentine over here locked in 12,600 or 12,765 for the day. Nice for Valentine. Hey, you did pretty good. On one thing as well, guys, as you guys will notice here, I'm not trading on my personal account right now. For Hugo's Way, basically on that account now, I'm just taking long-term moves for XRP. So I'm starting to dip my feet into XRP. I bought in like around this low right here. So I'm just going to keep averaging into XRP. So I'm not going to be trading US30 on my personal account for now. I started a new account with Hanko Trade, but my Bitcoin, I bought about like 2,000 Bitcoin on Coinbase, and they haven't cleared it yet. So I only have about 700 in there, and I have to deposit at least 1,000 into Hanko to have the ECN Plus account. So I'll probably add that to my copier for my personal account trading. But yeah, I hopped into this. Yeah, Marco said, yeah, boy, definitely. I'm going to start averaging into XRP. So whenever price dips below, I'm just going to buy some and hold on to it. I'm currently up about like a couple $100. I bought in like, I forgot what lot size I'm taking for XRP. Check my main account. Yeah, so it's like fluctuating. I'm up like 81 right now. I was up like 200 last night. I was up about like 300 or almost 400 the night before. But yeah, I'm taking lot sizes of 0.10, and I'm just taking multiple positions. Like whenever price dips below, I'll just buy, and I'm going to buy and hold XRP long term basically. So we'll see where it goes. But I'm holding on to this for the long term. So my Hugo's Way account is just for XRP now. But I did start a Hanko Trade account for my US30 personal. I just haven't been able to get my Bitcoin in cleared yet on Coinbase. So I don't know why it's taking so long. I bought the Bitcoin like 2 days ago, and they're only allowing me to transfer over like 700, but I need at least a minimum of 1,000 to trade it over or to transfer it over to my account. So it's a matter of time, but eventually I will add that to my copier, and I'll just keep keep going. Another thing too, guys, as I mentioned, FTMO and well, basically all the funding companies, they won't let me change my email. So I'm gonna have to start over fresh. I haven't really decided on when yet, but eventually, maybe one of these days I'll just YOLO all my accounts. I'll just go crazy. I'll scalp like all day. And then if I blow the accounts, then whatever, because I'm gonna start a new one. But if I make a ton of profit on it, then that's cool too. I mean, I already received my payouts on the accounts, and all. The only account that I haven't received my payout yet would be TFF because I haven't finished it yet. The market's been slow for the past 2 months, so I haven't been able to get my funded payout yet on that one. Everything else is fine. So even if I lose the other accounts, I've already got my refund and payout. So I just got to go and do another challenge, which is going to be a pain, but it is what it is. Sucks. FTMO, let me change my email, and I don't have access to that email anymore. So yeah, Maddie said might as well milk it. Yeah, that's basically what I'm doing, Maddie. I'm just gonna keep milking it until I have issues with it because I don't have access to that email. So if I ever get messages from customer service or my payout confirmation and stuff like that, I wouldn't be able to check it. And it just causes a long-term problem if I end up continuing to use those accounts. Because at some point I'm going to need access to the emails and stuff, which I don't. So we'll see. Maybe I'll blow it all on NFP next week. Let's put like a 10 lot and I'll just try to write it one way or the other. So YOLO it on one trade. I'll think about it. All right. Anyways, price is now, I mean, it's been doing what it's been doing for the past couple minutes now. So price is just going sideways and the trend meter still hasn't turned green. It's about 3 minutes till 8, guys. So 8 o'clock is my cutoff for trades. Unfortunately, we haven't had any official trades this week. We had a couple speculative trades. We had one breakout today that I pretty much mentioned to you guys. I took partial of it, where I made about 2,000 right here, 2,000 right here, 2,000 right here, close to 2,000 on my MFFs. And I'm pretty content. So if I go and just add this up, so if I add up my profits for the day so far, 2210 plus 2210 plus 2,100 plus 1,810, 1,810, 1,810. So I'm up like pretty decent, like 11,000 today, just with that one trade for the breakout. Obviously, this is not going to count, but it's good to see that the breakout did hit. We'll follow the breakout again tomorrow. I'm not taking it for the full move, but I'll probably take it for a partial move again. And we'll, obviously we'll see how that goes. But other than that, I don't really see anything else here right now. Let's see. Kevin said, so Kevin over here, he took these trades here for a buy. Locked in a total profit of down 68,326. Crazy. Solid profit right there, Kevin. Yeah, he caught it as it reversed back up. So you can see right here as it swung back up, he took the buy there and then pretty much just rode it as price started to make its way back to the upside. So it's a nice swing right there that you caught. Yeah, this is something that Maddie's been looking at too. So Maddie's been looking at these swings here basically for the pivots. I'm not going to show you guys what it is. It's still a work in progress too that Maddie's looking at. But Maddie's starting to look at certain things like that too. So like that's another thing that you guys can look at here. So here's the lagging pivot, right? The red one. So pivot number 4 is going to be the lagging one. Whenever you see the green cross the red cross the green on either direction, it's usually going to keep dropping that area. So right here, price dropped below it. Obviously, it was a dead period here because the market or the data here for US30 kind of froze up. But one thing that you can look for here is if the green pivot crosses the red one here, it's probably going to continue pushing in that direction. So it's good for like longer term moves. It's just understanding, entry point and placement of your TP stop loss. But yeah, no, definitely nice work right there, Kevin. Some more profits over here as well from Patrick. Patrick's currently at 4,577 for the day. Nice work, Patrick. All wins on your accounts here so far. So solid work right there. It's 8 o'clock, guys. So I think this might be it. Unless you guys have any more questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Otherwise, we'll pick back up here tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow we'll have like some official trades. I tried my hardest to look for official trades here, but there just wasn't anything for us to take with regard to the K2 SR rejection because there was no zones down here. Basically for the past hour 25, there were no zones for the entire session down here. That's why I went on the 10 minutes to look for sessions, but unfortunately at that point it was too late. The good thing is that a lot of you guys here did take the breakout, or you guys took partial of it and you guys made profit off that. So you guys did make profit off it, but we're not going to count this as the official, like as an official entry, because I told you guys that we're just testing it out. So we're going to test it out again tomorrow, see how it works. If it continues to hit, then next week we might start to apply it as one of the official entries. If that continues to be the case where market is moving directional, if that's the case, then we can start applying the variations. We can apply the daily entry. We can apply high-low scalps, pivot scalps, etc. All those entries that we were applying previous to summer, we can start applying them again. We just got to make sure that the market is actually moving in that direction so that we can take proper entries. There's one possible entry right here for a buy. SR rejection. It needs to close as a moderate green candle. Let's see if I can follow it right here. If the candle closes too big, which yeah, at this point it's too big. This is as far as it can go. So if this doesn't close here, then we're just going to wrap it up. If it closes, we'll take this for a buy. Nope. So it did not close with that buy signal, unfortunately. So we cannot take that there for a buy. So, all right, guys, I think that's it for now. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out, email me, message me on Telegram. Otherwise, there's no trades for today. There's no trades for this week in general. Hopefully tomorrow we'll pick back up just like we did last week. Last week, we didn't have any trades the entire week either until Friday. We had 3 back-to-back wins on that Friday. So I'm expecting that to happen again tomorrow. But if not, we will stay patient and we'll stay disciplined until the market provides us with what we need to take these entries. So other than that, guys, I will see you guys tomorrow morning.